Hey guys, I just wanted to bring you an update to let you know that I'm back from the Simpson Desert, that the ride went well, that we raised a heap of money. So thank you for your sponsorship if you donated to Soldier On through our efforts. Really appreciate that. It's not too late. I'll have a link below where if you feel like you want to, then yeah, it's not too late. I think I've got the fundraiser running to the end of this month. I just thought I'd give you a quick update about the ride, how it went, and some of the challenges that we had. So we left the Adelaide Hills for Birdsville Friday a week ago. We drove up there, we got there on Sunday of last week. Unfortunately, on the way up there, my gear bag was taken out of the car when we grabbed some beers, and it didn't get back into the car. So it got lost, it got run over. I actually found my helmet on the side of the road on the way back down, completely smashed, and all the other gear was missing. So that was a bit of a challenge to start with, but we got up there. I borrowed a helmet from another rider, which was fantastic. So I was a starter for the ride. That was a bit of a worry there for a sec. We started the ride on Monday morning. We headed out into the Simpson Desert. It was, it was a pretty warm day, but the issue for me was that the week was getting hotter. The week previous was good weather. This week is good weather, but last week was extreme. And so I certainly struggled with that. But having said that, I got through the first day of riding. There was issues about fuel and about water and the support vehicles being a long way back. But apart from that, we got through the first day to the middle of the desert. And that was a beautiful spot, as in there was a support crew waiting for us with showers, food, you name it, it was all there. So the challenge I had with the heat was basically the fact that I don't sweat. So I had to control my own temperature with water and wet shirts and all that sort of thing. It became quite clear that about 2/3 of the way through the day that I was running out of water and fuel, and everyone was in that same situation. So fortunately, a four-wheel drive came along and gave myself and my mates who I was riding with some extra water, which enabled us to go further. But we did run out of fuel within a short period of time. And anyway, that was fine. We just waited until fuel got to us, and then we headed back in, unfortunately in the dark, which was a bit of a challenge because our bikes only had standard lights on, and trying to ride in sand at speed to keep up on top of the sand with really bad lights was certainly a challenge. But we got to the camp. I decided on that night or before the next morning that I wouldn't continue. I couldn't control the amount of water that would or would not be available to me. It was going to be 36 for the next 2 days of riding. So I actually stayed at Camp 1 with the support crew who were there, or the caterers, and had a great time with them. Now the good thing was that I wasn't the only one who wasn't able to continue. Obviously mine was because of the heat and because I don't sweat, but there's other riders who just got to Camp 1 and decided this was well beyond them. So I was there with some other riders as well, and with the catering team. So that was just amazing. Those guys looked after us really, really well. In fact, my mates who continued on with the ride, I think they were a bit jealous about where I was staying, and that they were still slogging it out across the desert and around the roads. And then I headed back in on the Thursday, riding in 39 or up to 39 degree temperatures across the desert. But I had the crew behind me with water, so they were showering me down every 20 or 30 minutes, and I had a blast coming back in towards Birdsville. So that was my challenge. The other guys who went on and left on Tuesday morning, they had logistical issues with support cars in that environment and a few other things. But what it meant is they had to come back via the road. So they had to head down from Dalhousie Springs, which was the turnaround point, through Andamooka, Maree, and then back up through Mungarani up to Birdsville. So they ended up doing an extra probably 1,000 kilometres, which wasn't planned. So yeah, all in all, it was a great trip. I had a ball. There were a few challenges along the way for everybody, but it certainly had a blast. So yeah, again, thank you to my supporters. Really appreciate that. I raised, I think, the second largest amount for Soldier On. So I was stoked to be able to, to do that and to have fun at the same time. So thank you once again. Looking forward to the next adventure. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask me, feel free. So thanks guys for listening, and I hope that updated you a bit on the trip. Take care. Bye.